In the season finale of Stranger Things, what character do you think that they will kill off? As we know in most big movies or shows, one of the main or supporting characters usually dies at some point in the climax of the show or towards the end or something like that. And they haven't done it yet in Stranger Things, but I have a few ideas on who I think that person will be. The first one being Mrs. Byers, Winona Ryder in this season. I think they've done so much of making her and Will's connection so strong and how they're growing apart, but then how they've come back together. I think her in this season might be the one. Another one I think is kind of a group pairing, either Dustin or Steve Harrington. Starting off with Steve, he's had such an incredible arc throughout every single season. He was originally one of the popular kids and a bad guy, who then turned to love the nerds and became their friends. And then of course he was always willing to make the sacrifice play, but it never panned out that way. But if it was up to him, he would have done it. To leading us into the final season where he makes up with Dustin and he's just that good guy again. The other being Dustin, of course, which we've seen go through a different arc where he was the glue, and he still is, but you see him drift away after what happened with Eddie. And the separation that Dustin allowed Eddie to make between him and Steve, and then they made up, it was a really big moment. And I also think Dustin's one of the best characters. He's also the glue of all of the kids in the show from day one, in my opinion, so I think he could be the more obvious one that they would kill off. And my final guess is Hopper. Although this is probably my least, I do think he's always been written to make the sacrifice play. You saw him walk into the base with a bomb strapped to his chest. You saw him walk through a portal in Russia that no one ever thought he was going to come back from. Hopper has a lot to live for, but he also has a lot of grief in his heart. So he would make that sacrifice play, although I think that they've done that so many times where you think it's going to be him that it's kind of a curveball and it won't be. Anyway, let me know down below your thoughts on if there is a character that they will write off, who's it going to be, and how.